There are links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, as well as my tip video playlist down below. So today I'm going to teach you how to roam clear in Rainbow Six Siege. Now before I move on to the tips, I want to go over something. If you guys want to take your droning to the next level, or you think you know how to drone but truly you don't, go watch my how to drone tip video. There are a lot of great tips in there and it shows you the basics and the most important things to do when you are droning. Tip number 1, pre-place your drones. And I know this may seem stupid that I'm actually saying this, but a lot of people just leave their drones outside, don't even pick them up, and it's a completely wasted drone that gives no intel at all. So, you need to pre-place your drones. Now, where would you pre-place these drones at? Well, simply said, you can pre-place them on staircases. And if you're solo queuing, you can possibly ask, hey, can you set your drone on this staircase while you take your drone to the other staircase on the map, so that way you can check both of the drones and see if anyone rotates upstairs. It's that simple. Just pre-place your drones upstairs. Now, some maps have 3 staircases that would apply to having an extra drone, but this works most effectively if you have a 5 stack or at least 2 to 3 people in your lobby. Tip number 2. Have people watch the pre-placed drones and actually watch them, thoroughly watch them until you gain the map control you need. Because let's say this, someone watches a drone for 30 seconds. It takes you 45 seconds to get the first floor control while your other teammate is watching the drones that go all the way upstairs for 30 seconds. Well, in that 15-second window where nobody's watching the drone, there is a chance that a roamer might rotate up the staircases all the way to the top floor and you guys think the entire of the top floor is clear. So, when you are watching pre-placed drones or you're being an entry fragged, being droned in, you need to make sure that there's little to no window that the defenders can rotate upstairs when you think it's completely safe. Tip number 3. If you know for a fact 100% that nobody went upstairs above you, this is the opportune time for a flex to drone an entry fragger in and have the other entry fragger drone themselves in, or they go with the first entry frag and they both play off a trade. So let me explain it to you. So you have your 2 supports watching 1 drone on each staircase, so that way you know nobody goes upstairs. Now you have the flex droning 1 entry in, or maybe 2 entries in. If the flex is only droning 1 person in, then the other entry is droning themselves in. So you have the supports watching the 2 drones on the staircases that go to floor 2, and then you have the flex and the entries droning and taking the map control on floor 1. Now, once you have both the floors cleared and you have complete map control, this is when the supports get off their drones and the entries watch their staircases for the flanks up. This is the most important part of the entire cycle of watching drones and taking the map control. Tip number 5. When you are droning or roam clearing, do not be lazy. When I was unexperienced at the game, I would lightly drone rooms and think it's clear. But when you are playing ranked, there's a high chance that someone is either laying behind a desk or crouched behind a filing cabinet or fax machine, whatever it is. They're basically hiding from the drone that didn't drone them at all. So you need to make sure that you're checking every single rat spot you can and humanly possible. You need to be extremely thorough with your drone. Tip number 6. If you are in a 5 stack or a 3 stack or a 4 stack or a duo queue, the more coordination you and your friends or your stack has is the better. If you know that you can trust your teammates on watching the flank drones so nobody goes below you while you're roam clearing a floor above, then this means that you can roam clear much faster and much more efficiently. You need to have trust in your teammates if they are queued with you. Now that is all I have for you guys today. I know it was a little bit lighter of a tip video and I didn't really go into depth too much, but a lot of these tips are very common sense tips and you can really think about them and how you can apply them to yourself or your rank stack that you queue with every day. So it's not just like, oh, you follow these tips and you'll be the best roam clearer in the game. That's not how it works. You need to have trial and error and practice in order to effectively roam clear. These are just simple tips that can point you in the right direction and hopefully make you an extremely effective roam clearer. As I said before, there are links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, as well as my tip video playlist down below. I have over 20 different tip videos in my tip video playlist, so if you are struggling with something else in Rainbow Six Siege, make sure you guys go check that tip video playlist out. Go follow my Twitch. I stream there almost every single day. I would love to see you there. If you have any other questions for me, that is the best spot to ask me questions on, as well as my Twitter, so that way you can keep up to date on all of my latest content and what is going on in my life. I hope this helped you out in some way and gave you some new insight into the game, and I will see you guys in the next video.